business is my business, and you don't say a word. You don't touch my, you don't drive my. What up? What up? What up? It's Queen 504 here in the building, and today, look, today go get y'all a drink. Get two, get two, because you might have to smoke on your Young Money, Cash Money Records pack today. I'm just saying. I was supposed to drop this video yesterday, but I want to be as objective as I possibly can, especially when I know some of the things that said can hurt both the Williams and the Carter kids. These are direct quotes from Dwayne Carter as seen from him when he was just a kid himself. Um, these were albums that were supposed to be made in 1998, and the contracts kept getting um, they kept getting extended back. So it's like, these contracts were for 1998, but like, okay, so now we're in 2010, but you know they were the 1998 contract, but the options extended out to 2010 to 2012. Um, so he was getting older, but the contracts were still from 1998. So that's what I need y'all to understand. Um, as I understand it, him and Stunner have sat down and had the hard conversations and worked things out, not only as a family, but as a business family. And we will witness that at the 2024 Essence Festival. I decided to come out with the Young Money Cash Money complaint paperwork because I heard Kendrick Lamar reference it in one of his diss songs. And I know it would be just a matter of time before someone outside of the family would be able to dig it up and expose it maliciously. And when I say outside of the family, as I told y'all the other day, I have been around Cash Money in some capacity since since about 1999. Let me see. Uh, there's there's CeeLo right there behind baby. CeeLo and I have dated. People will say I don't remember her dating CeeLo. I don't remember her dating CeeLo. CeeLo kept me, when I say kept me out of the spotlight, CeeLo kept me well out of the spotlight pretty much the whole time um, that he was alive. Um, but I promise you, we dated from 1999 to the time he passed in June of 2020. Um, uh, that's me right there. That is, I call this the party house. This is the house in East Louisville. This is one of the stretch limos right there. But that's me in front of the party house. Um, I promise y'all, I was around. That is me with Suge Knight. Y'all see the date right there. January 11th, 2009. And yeah, most people would be scared to be with Suge Knight. But that was it. I believe Drake, Nicki, and Wayne concert in New Orleans. But, yep. So that's enough of that. Just letting y'all know that I was wrong. But yes, CeeLo was my man. Um, so Kendrick, I heard Kendrick reference the split in one of his diss songs. Y'all can go back and listen to the diss songs. I don't remember which one, but I did hear him reference the split um, in one of the diss songs. And I knew that it was just a matter of time before someone went and dug up the paperwork. I've had the paperwork since May of last year. So I knew what Kendrick was talking about when he said that Drake had to split his money because I had the paperwork and I knew what splits he was talking about. And whenever I'm in chats and people are talking about certain things, I have posted in people's chats certain things and they've never gotten it because they've never seen the paperwork, so they didn't know what I was talking about. Um, so I decided to post the paperwork because I can post from a place of I'm not gonna post from a place of maliciousness. Um, I'm just going to post the paperwork. I have no opinion about it. I'm just gonna post it. It's out there, and that's it. Baby and Wayne, they have settled it. Um, the only thing that's out there is public information. You can go to Pacer, um, go to Google, type in Pacer. You do have to pay for this paperwork. Go to Google, type in Pacer, type in Young Money versus Cash Money. The only thing you will get is these 19 pages, which is the complaint that Wayne put up versus Cash Money. All of the other paperwork is sealed. Everything else is sealed. And the settlement is sealed. So we don't know how much um Baby paid Wayne. We'll never know because Wayne is not going to tell it and Baby is not going to tell it. And we don't need to know. Those two men settled it as men. And that's all we need to know. So I would just rather this come from someone who knew them, read it for what it is, put it out for what it is, and let's just move on. Let them have, you know, a great Essence Fest. Let's get back to celebrating the Black excellence of Cash Money Records. Celebrate what they have done as a Black company and what they are going to do at Essence Fest and possibly the Super Bowl halftime. I also, let's see if I have it here. This gonna blow y'all mind. This gonna blow y'all mind. I also just dug up. Y'all see this right here? I also just dug this up. Lil Wayne possibly, this is on, I want y'all to see this. For some reason, I dug up. I can't say this word, so don't laugh at me. I'm Cajun and I'm Creole. And some words we just cannot pronounce. Lil Wayne's album discography. And when I scrolled down, I was trying to see which album was his best-selling album. And it said the Carter 3 was 8 times platinum. Carter 4 was 5 times platinum. Then I get down here and I see the Carter 6 scheduled to be announced 2024. Negro, what? I am not a human being 3 scheduled 2024. Y'all, we finna get some music. Not one album this year, but 2. God dang, Cat Williams. You see what you done did? Y'all, I fell out my bed. We finna get some music, y'all. We finna get some music. Hip hop bloggers. I better see some blogs today. I better see some blogs today. The Carter 6 and I Am Not a Human Being 3 to be released 2024. I know he doing Super Bowl. I know he doing Super Bowl halftime. Y'all better get y'all tickets. I don't care who in the Super Bowl 2025. I'm booking my hotel. I'm booking my hotel. I don't care who playing. It could be the Alaska Ducks. I'm booking my hotel. I'm booking it. Wayne is doing the Super Bowl halftime. This man is dropping music. When is the last time he dropped music? Funeral. 2020. It's been 4 years since this man released the album. He doing the Super Bowl halftime, y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Anyway, past that. I'ma this gonna be my thumbnail, y'all. That's gonna be my thumbnail. I don't want to take away from the subject matter, but I'm gonna make that my thumbnail. All right, y'all. I know you guys are like, we have to try to verify who this chick is. Let me tell y'all something that someone close to them should know. Okay? Giant is technically blind. He can't see. He is the money guy. He is the money guy. Like back in 99, 2000, I moved to New Orleans in 99. Joe Casey would go in the club with him to go get the money. Um, Giant would have to put the money like right up close to his eyeballs to see what the denominations were. Like he really could not see, so he would have to like really like put it like right up to his eyes so he could see what the denomination of the bill was. I'm not making fun of Slim, cause him and Baby made it work. You know, they did what they had to do to make it work. Baby and the artist would be on the bus. Slim and Joe Casey would be in the club getting the money, and Baby and the artist would not get off the bus until Slim and Joe Casey would come back with the money. And once Slim and Joe Casey came back with the money, that's when Baby and the artist would get off the bus and go perform in the club. So they did what they had to do to make it work. And if y'all want to verify what I'm saying is true, y'all can ask Lack, y'all can ask Lil Jack, y'all can ask BG, y'all can ask Jules. They'll tell. One last thing before we get to the paperwork. My best friend grew up. He grew up in the St. Thomas. His name is Big Red. He was baby bodyguard back when it first started. He's got diabetes and he almost blind, poor little thing. He couldn't read this paperwork. I went to his house, I read it to him, and I asked him what he thought. And he said, "Man, I grew up with Bubba. I done seen him come to Gladys Bar and get $20 from Mr. Johnny just to walk outside, and them ninjas would be they'll be out there waiting for him, and he would give all 20 to them ninjas, and he would just get in the car and drive off with nothing." He said, "I believe something happened between him and Wayne, something that we don't know about." He said Bubba just had to give Wayne a little love tap. He said, "I know that whatever happened, it it wasn't that serious, but it was serious enough that he had to give him a love tap so that Wayne would know he was serious." So he said, you know, Wayne did the lawsuit or whatever. He said they dropped it, they settled it. He said now they about to do the reunion. He said that's family business. It seems to me like Big Red know Bubba very well. He gave me his blessing as a friend to release the paperwork. So here I am. Let's get to the paperwork. Alright. So let me um let me do this little disclaimer first. Because I don't want um what up? The Copyright Act of 1976, the y'all know all of that. The Fair Use Act, all of that good stuff. I'm using this paperwork in fair use. Um, yeah, all that good stuff. Fair Use Act. Here we go. Um, so this lawsuit is Young Money Entertainment LLC, um, sometimes known as Dwayne Carter. It is interchangeable Cash Money Records. And just to let y'all know, Cash Money Records um, is Slim name is never mentioned in this lawsuit. So you have Dwayne Michael Carter by their attorney Michael B. Kramer and Associates. Cash Money Records, plaintiff Dwayne Lil Wayne is an internationally acclaimed Grammy Award winning songwriter, rap artist, producer, and entrepreneur. Plaintiff is a citizen and resident of the state of Florida. Plaintiff Young Money LLC is a limited liability company organized under the laws and state of Delaware with a principal place of business in Miami, Florida. Carter is the sole member of Young Money LLC. Young Money LLC is the owner of the right to furnish to third parties the professional services of Carter and also owns and controls a 49% interest in a joint venture with Cash Money, known as Young Money, more particularly described below hereinafter the Young Money label. Young Money LLC and Carter are sometimes collectively referred to herein as plaintiffs. Upon information and belief, Defendant Cash Money is an American record company incorporated under the laws of the state of Louisiana with a principal place of business in the city, county, and state of New York. During time periods relevant hereto, Cash Money regularly conducted its business activities in the city, county, and state of New York, and continues to maintain offices at. Cash Money is in the business of producing, manufacturing, licensing, and distributing through third parties and otherwise exploiting through the world sounds recordings and continuing the musical performances of recording artists. This court has jurisdiction over this action pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1332. The amount in controversy exceeds $75,000, exclusive to interest and costs, and is between citizens of different states. Venue is proper in the district under 28 U.S.C. 1391 A2D because substantial part of the events giving rise to the claim occurred in the district and the corporate defendant regularly conducts business in the state, county, and city of New York. On November 1st, 1998, Carter and Cash Money entered into a written recording agreement pursuant to which Carter agreed to provide exclusive recording services to Cash Money, known as the 1998 Recording Agreement. Pursuant to the 1998 Recording Agreement, Cash Money agreed to render the accountings and pay royalties to Carter on or before September 30th with respect to the semi-annual period ending June 30th and on or about March 31st for the semi-annual period ending December 31st in respect to the sales by Cash Money of recordings delivered by Carter thereunder. The 1998 Recording Agreement contains various provisions relating to royalties and advances payable to Carter, product delivery obligations, Carter's rights of audit, and option periods to extend the term thereof. On or about February 20th, 2003, Carter and Cash Money entered into self-styled memorandum of agreement, the 2003 label agreement for the creation of the Young Money label joint venture for the common purpose of the manufacture, distribution, promotion, and exploitation of recordings containing the performances of new recording artists who would be signed to the Young Money label following approval by Carter and Cash Money, the sole owners of the joint venture. The 2003 label agreement provided that after the deduction of a distribution fee and costs, the profits of the Young Money label would be divided 51%, 49%. Between Cash Money and Carter in ownership of all the Young Money label property. Company recordings, copyrights, intellectual property, goodwill would be similarly owned 51%, 49% between Cash Money and Carter, respectively. The 2003 label agreement also provided that the Young Money label would use the same manufacturer and the same distributor, Universal Music Group, that Cash Money uses for its own recordings. Cash Money and Carter agreed that the Young Money label would be charged the same net distribution fee by Universal in respect of the Young Money label recordings as Cash Money was charged by Universal for Cash Money's own recordings. Subsequent to the execution of the 1998 recording agreement and various disputes arose between Cash Money and Carter. These disputes involved issues between Carter and Cash Money relating to recordings by Carter pursuant to the 1998 recording agreement and Carter's interest in the Young Money label joint venture. These disputes resulted in a series of settlement agreements and amendments between Carter and Cash Money to the above referenced agreements. The first of these was an agreement dated January 20th, 2005. The 2005 settlement agreement and the 2005 settlement agreement amended the 1998 recording agreement by extending the number of option periods during which Carter would be obligated to provide recordings embodying his individual recorded performances to Cash Money, fixing recording costs, and amending royalty rates payable to Carter. The terms of the 1998 recording agreement not expressly amended by the 2005 settlement agreement remained in full force and effect. I'm just going to say, remember, content creators, content creators, as you grab this paperwork, they may take it down. I'm going to say again, this paperwork is public information that you can get from Pacer. Universal may try to have this paperwork taken down. But Baby and Lil Wayne have sat down as the men. Remember, this goes back to 1998. And I still looked at Lil Wayne as a baby back in 1998. Wayne was the baby of the clique. And Wayne, I still remember when he made the song, Man, I Miss My Dogs. Like, he was still begging for his boys to come back. I still remember that. And that song touched me in a different way for him. And so reading this touches me in a different way for him. But I know that there's been a settlement, and I showed y'all that 2024 he's got 2 albums that are coming out, and he has settled with Baby. So, what we are reading is the result of some hurt that happened somewhere along the line of a young man. So for you content creators, I just want you all to take that into account before you go out and you start, spewing these malicious things, because there are families out there. Baby has children. I mean, I understand they're grown now, but with in 1998, Reginae was a baby. Wayne was a baby, but Reginae was a baby. Understand that. Let's move on. The 2005 settlement agreement also amended the 2003 label agreement by extending the term thereof amending the Young Money label's service fee and providing Carter with an advance against profits earned by the Young Money label. By an agreement dated July 24, 2006, between Carter and Cash Money, the parties further amended the 1998 recording agreement and 2005 settlement agreement, providing Carter with additional advances against royalties generated in respect of Carter's solo albums and by obligating Carter to perform on and deliver to Cash Money 2 duet albums. The 2006 amendment did not make any amendments to Carter's or Cash Money's rights or obligations with respect to the Young Money label. By agreement dated January 5th, 2008, Carter and Cash Money again amended the prior agreements and amendments between Carter and Cash Money. With respect to the 1998 recording agreement as amended, relating to Carter's individual recordings, the 2008 agreement amended Carter's album delivery requirement to Cash Money. More specifically, Carter and Cash Money agreed that the album, The Carter 3, will fulfill Carter's delivery requirements for the first option period of 1998 recording agreement as amended, and that Carter's future recording obligation to Cash Money with option periods would be 4 solo albums and a second duet album. The 2008 amendment also provided that Carter and Cash Money would jointly own the master recording delivered by Carter in respect of the albums delivered during 4th and 5th option periods of the 1998 recording agreement as amended. The 2008 amendment also amended Carter's and Cash Money's agreements relating to the Young Money label and extended the term of their joint venture for 5 years. The 2008 amendment provided that Carter would be paid additional advances against profits for his work with the Young Money label, and that Cash Money would provide certain payments to the joint venture for overhead costs of the Young Money label. Cash Money further agreed to maintain a $1 million escrow account to fund overhead payments and recording funds for the Young Money label. In the 2008 amendment, Cash Money also agreed that the net profits due to Carter pursuant to the 2003 label agreement as amended could not be cross-collateralized against any monies that were unrecouped by Cash Money under the 1998 recording agreement as amended. The 2008 amendment, importantly, provided that Cash Money would provide to Carter the monthly accountings rendered by Universal, the Young Money label's distributor, reflecting the sales of and other income derived from the Young Money label recordings. After the execution of the 2003 label agreement, Carter assigned all of his rights and interests, including any right to receive accountings and payment, and the Young Money label to Carter's wholly owned furnishing company, Young Money LLC. During the term of the 2003 label agreement as amended, the Young Money label signed the recording artist, PKA Drake. By virtue of the letter agreement dated June 26, 2009, the 2009 Drake letter agreement, Young Money LLC and Cash Money agreed that Young Money LLC's share of the net profits earned in connection with any solo recordings released by Drake would not be cross-collateralized against any advances or other payments paid to Young Money LLC. to the 2003 label agreement. As amended. Cash Money and Young Money LLC further agreed that Young Money LLC would be entitled to one-third of the net profits earned by the Young Money label in connection with recordings of Drake released by the Young Money label pursuant to the 2009 Drake Letter Agreement. The 2009 Drake Letter Agreement also provided that Cash Money would account and pay net profits to Young Money LLC and Aspire Records on a monthly basis. By an agreement dated September 14, 2010, the 2010 amendment, the parties further amended the 1998 recording agreement and the 2003 label agreement as previously amended. However, the amendments made are not relevant to the events herein. By an agreement dated April 5, 2012, the 2012 amendment, Carter and Cash Money further amended the 1998 recording agreement and the 2003 label agreements as previously amended. With regard to Carter's recording agreements, the 2012 amendment provided that Carter would grant Cash Money 2 additional option periods and that his total remaining recording obligations Cash Money would be 4 solo albums and an additional duet album. Pursuant to the 2012 amendment, Cash Money agreed to pay Carter an advance of $10 million per solo album, with $8 million to be paid upon the commencement of the recording of each solo album, and the remaining $2 million to be paid upon delivery of each album to Cash Money. The 2012 amendment further amended Cash Money's accounting obligations to Carter and provided that Cash Money would account to Carter on a monthly basis for 49% of Young Money label's profits at the same time and in the same manner as Cash Money's distributor, Universal, accounted to Cash Money. With regard to the Young Money label, the 2012 amendment extended the term of the 2003 label agreement until June 4, 2015. Carter and Young Money LLC received an advance as against the Young Money label's net receipts. Cash Money also agreed to provide an advance against the Young Money label's net receipts. Cash Money also agreed to provide quarterly overhead payments of $200,000. The 2012 amendment also acknowledged that the copyrights in respect of all master recordings delivered under the 2003 label agreement would be registered as jointly owned by Cash Money and Young Money LLC. For approximately the past 4 years, numerous issues and disputes have arisen between Cash Money and Carter as a solo recording artist and with respect to Carter's and/or Young Money LLC's interest in the Young Money label. Such issues have culminated in the past few months to give rise to the instant action. Beginning at the latest in 2013, Cash Money failed to provide proper monthly accountings to Carter and/or Cash Money LLC as required for the Young Money label, and failed to make timely accounting and/or payments of net profits to the Carter and or Young Money LLC pursuant to the 2003 label agreement as amended. In addition, Cash Money failed to make the required overhead payments of $200,000 per calendar quarter to the Young Money label and also failed to maintain the escrow account funded with the $1 million for overhead payments for the Young Money label. With regard to the 2009 Drake letter agreement, Cash Money since at least early 2012 has failed to account to Young Money LLC on a monthly basis and has failed to pay Young Money LLC its share of net receipts with regards to solo recordings of Drake released by the Young Money label. Cash Money has failed to provide a single accounting in respect to the exploitation of Drake recordings, despite Drake being one of the best-selling recording artists in recent years. In summary, Cash Money has failed to properly account and pay royalties and profits to Young Money LLC in respect to the exploitation of recordings owned and commercially exploited by the Young Money label. Cash Money has also failed to make overhead payments and maintain the escrow fund as required by the 2003 label agreement and the amendments hereto. Moreover, while required to obtain approval from Carter and Young Money LLC for the marketing expenses greater than $300,000, Cash Money failed to do so and claims millions of dollars in marketing expenses for the Young Money label. Cash Money also failed to properly register the copy. Cash Money also failed to properly register the copyright in the Young Money label recordings as jointly owned by Cash Money and Carter Young Money LLC. Cash Money refused to accept artists submitted by Carter to join the Young Money label. Cash Money failed to account and pay monies due to various third parties involved with recordings artists signed to the Young Money label. Such failures have resulted in legal actions against the Young Money label and or plaintiffs and additional financial losses for plaintiffs. Upon information and belief, Cash Money has jeopardized the ability of the Young Money label to properly and successfully conduct business and has improperly committed waste to the assets of the Young Money label. With regard to Carter's contractual relationship with Cash Money as a solo artist signed to the Cash Money label, Cash Money has also failed to properly account to Carter and pay royalties and advances to Carter pursuant to the 1998 recording agreement and the amendments hereto. Despite being obligated to do so, as of the date of this complaint, Cash Money has not registered Carter as a co-owner of the sound recordings contained in the album entitled I Am Not a Human Being 2, which was period, 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 upon information and belief in breach of the 2008 amendment. Cash Money registered the copyright in such sound recordings solely in the name of Cash Money. Carter, as both an individual artist on behalf of Young Money LLC, as a co-owner of the Young Money label, has duly requested to audit the books and records of Cash Money in respect to the exploitations covered by the 1998 recording agreement as amended and the recordings released by the Young Money label pursuant to the 2003 agreement as amended. Cash Money has refused such demands as well as demands in respect of the financial operations of their co-owned joint venture, the Young Money label. In early December 2014, Carter delivered to Cash Money the sound recordings comprising the second of the solo albums entitled The Carter Five, provided for by the 2012 amendment. Although obligated to pay Carter $8 million at the commencement of the recording of the Carter Five and $2 million upon delivery of the album, Cash Money breached the 1998 recording agreement as amended, specifically by the 2012 amendment, by failing to pay Carter $8 million. They paid Carter only $2 million over the course of recording the Carter Five. Moreover, Cash Money refused to pay Carter the $2 million due upon delivery of the Carter Five to Cash Money. Cash Money has refused to pay Carter the balance of the $8 million due to Carter in respect of the Carter Five, despite due demand, therefore, by Carter. Cash Money has not provided Carter with any contractual or statutory basis for failing to pay the balance of the advance for Carter Five, and has given no assurance that it will not similarly refuse to pay Carter the $10 million advances due to him for the next two albums as required by the 2012 amendment to the 1998 recording agreement. Plaintiffs repeat and reallege the allegations contained in. Okay, so all of this from here on out talk about all of the rest of the pages talk about the monies that Wayne I added up um, all of the amounts that Wayne's lawyer alleges are due to Wayne, um, and it's north of $50 million. Again, um, the rest of the pages of the lawsuit were sealed, and how much was how much the settlement was, we don't know. Um, it could have been 50 billion. It could have been north of 50 million. It could have been less than 50 million. We don't know. So that's the gist of the lawsuit. Let me see. What page were we on? Let me see. I'm just gonna open the rest of the pages. That's page 11, just so you guys can. Page 12, page 13, if you want all of the pages. Page 13, page 14, page 15. Because yes, I paid for them. I know somebody's out there like, how dare you make us go to Pacer? We have to pay for this. So we open them all up for y'all. Cheap ass. 17. Page 18. And page 19. There you go. So, and that is the gist of the lawsuit. Um, at the very end, Wayne's lawyer basically said that they were praying for relief, in which when you say you're praying for relief, you're basically asking the judge to grant you the relief of um, going with your side to win the lawsuit against the other side um, for your client. And again, they settled him and Baby and Wayne sat down like men and they settled the lawsuit. So for you content creators, um, they are coming together. Cash Money Records are coming together to celebrate something beautiful as black men who have been in business together um, for 30 years. Um, they have had black people backing that ass up for 25 years. Juvenile, he should have been, Juvenile is the reason I say that's my opinion because it was his album that got the recognition that allowed Baby and Slim to be able to go to New York and sign a deal with Universal. Um, so I say Juvenile should have been a millionaire back then. But this past year, this past year, 2023 to 2024, Juvenile and Manny Fresh have been doing their thing. They've been showing out 2023 to 2024. So for Essence Fest, I believe that Slim and Baby are very, very proud of what Juvenile and Manic Fresh have been able to do this past year without them. So I believe that's why and it's my opinion, it's my opinion. I believe that's why they're doing the reunion for Essence Fest because Baby have seen that Fresh and Juvie have been doing half times for the Pelicans. They've been doing shows across coast to coast across the country by themselves. They need they need the recognition and the name of Cash Money Records. They've been doing stuff by themselves. And so this was the perfect opportunity for them to reunite. Drew's been getting money on his own, and he had his own name recognition. And I'm if CeeLo was here, if CeeLo was here, CeeLo loved him some CEO and Juvenile. Oh my gosh, CeeLo I know he up in heaven smiling like he getting it. He get and he deserved every bit of it. Every bit of it. Every single bit of it. Like, so y'all make sure y'all support Jews and Fresh, because you know, baby, he sometimes baby he have so much stuff going on in his head, and talking to Red when baby them went and signed that contract, you know, Red was like, yeah, Fresh should have went, but the way Fresh is, Fresh was like, nah, y'all go. I just do beats. That's all. I just do beats. I'm the beat maker, and that's what it is. So, but that is the Young Money versus Cash Money. Y'all be easy on these successful black men, please. Um, had it not been for Kendrick Lamar bringing up that line, I don't think I would have brought this up. But somebody would have went. If I didn't bring it out, somebody would have went and dug it up. But I'm just asking y'all to be content creators. Be easy, please. Um, that's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Queen 504. Y'all be easy.